welcome back. It's Linda. I'm so happy to have you inside my studio. Today I decided I was going to open up this two-page spread that I've already got paint on and use only gray. And when I say only gray, I mean black, white, and gray. I figure I'm not really cheating because black and white make gray, so I am just expanding a little bit. But if you notice, I already have some color on the page. I got blue and I've got some green. The blue and green and that little white on the right page, that was put on from a previous painting session. Whenever I have leftover paint on my palette, I open up an art journal. Like this would be an art journal, but I'm repurposing an old book to make an art journal. I'll open up a sketchbook. I'll even just grab a piece of paper and I will wipe off my brush and clean my brush off and use up all the paint that was on a palette. I don't like to waste anything. So I'm just going to apply my grays and try to unify these two pages. I'm going to put some music on so that you could watch me paint and not have to listen to me blather on and on and on. I'm just using Liquitex Mars Black, Titanium White, and varying shades of gray. was just a tiny bit of white, and it's not pure white, a light gray, just makes things pop a little bit. Like, look at that line of white next to that avocado shape on the left-hand side. It really pushes that avocado forward. It really does. I love it. All right. I think I will be getting ready to move over to the other side. Yeah. When my paintbrush doesn't want to go back, that's time to move over. See how I hesitated? I hovered, and I realized, nope, let's leave that be and see how that works out. I'm looking at it now, realizing that that horizon line, that delineation between the top and the bottom half of the left side, looks almost centered. It isn't. And it kind of looks otherworldly, like, I don't know, like that planet floating in the sky and a very stark landscape. That definitely is landscape to me. So now I'm moving over to the right side. I'm using Liquitex Acrylic paint in black, white, and black and white. That's it. I almost said gray. Now I'm mixing my gray. I believe I'm using Mars Black and Titanium White. Those are usually my go-to colors. I enjoy those colors. You know, I'll tell you, there was a time where I wouldn't use black. I would mix my own black. I still, as a general rule, when I want something dark, if I'm painting a representational painting, like if I'm doing a portrait or flowers in a still life or a landscape, I don't use black out of the tube. I will mix my own dark or blackish color. But in abstract, I have no problem using black. It's interesting. I don't know why, but I have no issue, no qualms about jumping in with black when I'm doing an abstract. Can somebody explain that to me? I may need to be psychoanalyzed, maybe. I don't know why. I refuse to use black on landscapes, portraits, still lifes, whatnot, all of that. I only will mix my own. And yet, I use it in abstracts. I will, there's a little bit of a qualifier on that statement. I will use black in all of the paintings when I'm mixing it with yellow to get a beautiful green. I will do that. I won't ever use black on its own, though, in another painting. In abstract, I'll use black on its own. Okay, so here I am. I'm just trying to kind of make these speak to each other. So I don't want to eliminate that green. I almost did at one point, and I realized, no, I want this to talk back to the page on the left. So I need to keep some elements that they can speak to each other, look like at least they belong together. And you're getting a 2-for-1. You're getting two little mini paintings for the price of one. As if this cost anything, right? Oh, I make myself laugh. I don't know if anybody else is giggling at home with me, but I make myself laugh all the time. I'm my best audience, right? Does anybody else talk to themselves when they're painting? I mean, I am talking to myself right now. I know I'm making a YouTube video and potentially talking to all of you out there. And may I say, I so appreciate all of you coming and watching the channel. And I hope you are painting along in your own books, grabbing some paints, even a pencil, just drawing, colored pencil, pastels, anything. Just grab something and get your hand moving. So I so appreciate all of you coming here. And if you are liking what you see, consider subscribing, hitting the like button, adding a comment, doing all those things that people tell you to do on YouTube, and get my channel to grow so that I can do more and more and more, because I really do love it. And I am so glad that this year I decided to turn the camera on every time I started to paint, to document it and throw it out here on YouTube. Okay, back to the painting. All right, so these two are coming together fairly quickly. Because I had all that paint on those 2 pages, I had a jumping off point. I can't recommend wiping off your brushes and using up that extra paint on your palette in a book, any book, and going from there. It really does get the juices flowing, at least for me. Give it a try. Would I frame either of these? No, I would not. But I learned while I was painting them, and that's all that I can ask for, is to learn. All right, so they are done. And are they frame worthy? Absolutely not. But I had fun doing them, and I hope you had fun watching. Look what you could do with gray. Here's a couple of stills, and I can't wait to see you back here inside my studio.